Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you are. My name is John, or Last Frontier Bricks, and this is my review of the LEGO Marvel 2020 Avengers Helicarrier. It is set number 76153, comes with 1,244 pieces, plus 7 minifigures, 8 if you count the buildable MODOK, and came out at a retail price of $120, making this not only the biggest, but also the most expensive set based off the Avengers video game. And much like the other LEGO Avengers video game sets, you can still get this at nearly that $120 price tag, brand new sealed on BrickLink, depending on where you order it from. This is a bit of an interesting one. You got quite a few Avengers, 2 of which are exclusive to make that one of those exclusive to this set, being the War Machine. And then you got your main villain of the game, MODOK, and probably the best way we've ever gotten him in LEGO, although maybe the only other time was in a comic book set where he was basically a minifigure instead of a buildable character. And then you got a rather interesting helicarrier, which, while it certainly looks pretty cool, I feel like once you get down to it, it kind of sacrifices a bit of stuff when it comes to play value, which I'll get to once I actually get to looking at the helicarrier itself. I do have the instruction manual here. As you can see, it is a big, thick one at that. And you do have the really cool box art showing off a pretty solid looking battle going on. Like the instruction manual, you have the usual take a look showing you how you're supposed to build a set, plus how you're supposed to use the included brick separator, and then you also have the LEGO app where you can get the digital instructions. Then you just jump straight into the build. Then taking a look at the back, you've got a total of 3 pages for your parts list. Yes, and strangely enough, I'm not seeing any ads for other sets. No, there's no ads for other sets in this one, despite this being the biggest set of the Avengers video game wave. Interesting. So, we'll go ahead and start off taking a look at our minifigures. First off, we have Thor. I do have to apologize. I did say that the Thor was unique to the Avengers speeder bike attack with Black Panther, but it turns out I was wrong about that. My apologies. But I do like the hairpiece you gave him in that blonde. You do have the Marvel movie Thor face, complete with the lightning eyes. And then you get the old style cape with the 2 holes, but the really nice soft fabric. Of course, he comes with Mjolnir. And then you got the interesting look with both metallic silver and gunmetal gray torso with some nice printing going on both. Like the fact that they show off how the cape attach is to the character, or on both the front and the back. So all in all, pretty solid Thor figure there. Next up, we have the Black Widow. I believe her torso is a reuse from the Black Widow Taskmaster Ambush set. It's one of the Black Widow movie sets. It's the one that is really a Target exclusive. You do have the usual long hair piece for, which looks really good, and then you basically got a reuse of the Jyn Erso for the face, dual molded. Interesting way to do her batons, not gonna lie. You got each has only 3 pieces. You got a lightsaber hilt in all the pieces are in black, but you got the lightsaber hilt. You got the 1x1 tile with the hole in the middle. And then for the tip, they used a Harry Potter One Piece. Interesting way to go about that. Pretty sure this version is unique to this set. And again, nice torso printing on the front and back with some metallic printing. Nice arm printing as well, complete with the shoulder pads and the Widow gauntlets. And then, of course, you got the Black Widow emblem on her belt and some nice printing on the legs as well. So all in all, pretty solid Black Widow there. Next up, you've got Nick Fury in the only set he appears in for the Avengers video game sets, but it's a Nick Fury we've gotten before. Nice print printing on the face, complete with the eye patch, and the strap basically goes all the way around. And only you don't have side head printing, so that's a little bit of a downside. But I do believe it's for the torso and legs. It's basically the same print that you got with the Spider-Man Far From Home's. That's where you got the shield logo, and it's basically a jacket on top of what almost looks like a sweater. Got a little metallic printing going on there with the buttons and the belt. The almost looks like Darth Vader printing for the legs, and then you got like a space guns for your Nick Fury. Next up, we've got Iron Man, which we've seen a couple of times before already. This is the Avengers game version of Iron Man, so you don't have the flip up head. But you do have, first off, we got the more battle-ready face with the heads-up display, and then you got your usual Tony Stark smirk. Got plenty of metallic printing going on the front and back. No arm printing going on, but the leg printing looks really good with that metallic gold look. And then we've got the most unique figure in this set. We have War Machine. And quite a crazy-looking War Machine at that. You got the same style helmet as Iron Man, but with the War Machine print and nice metallic printing down the face, along with the red eyes. He's got himself his own version of the heads-up display for his action face, just in red instead of blue. There's his regular looking face, and then you can take a look at the back and see that how he has all his attachments, a couple of thrusters. You got a spring-loaded a stud shooter, pardon me, and then you got an interesting missile pod that's created by stacking 3 minifigure roller skates on top of each other, and they're all connected to the Outrider neck attachment and from Infinity War. So pretty interesting setup going on there. You do. I am happy to say that the almost like mouse pad pieces are prints, not stickers. Speaking of printing, it looks all his printing looks really good with the metallic printing going on the torso and the legs. And then of course, you also see he's got a gauntlet, which is almost acting like a flamethrower with all these superhero pieces and some fire going on his hands as well. So, like I said, rather cool and unique War Machine character. And next up, we've got ourselves Captain Marvel, who, while teased throughout the Avengers video game, we never actually got her as a character. I do believe she was going to be one of the next characters that we would have gotten if the game hadn't been canceled. But since the game was canceled, we never got her as a character. And the best we got of her is like a poster that you see in Kamala Khan's bedroom. But you do have the like short hair Black Widow hair piece in blonde, which is an interesting way to go about into Captain Marvel's hair. But pretty sure it's pretty accurate. She's got a bit of a unique face print. It's similar to the Jen Urso's print. I might even be the same for the angry face, but with a unique smirk on there, and no arm printing for her. But she does have some nice torso printing on here with some metallic gold and a little printing on the legs to show like that strip, that like sash she wears around her waist. And she's got quite a few more of those action pieces for her stand as well. And on top of her hair, you also get the mask piece. As you can see, it's still molded in the red and white, and it comes with the hair attachment, so she gets like that mohawk good look once the mask is on. So pretty solid Captain Marvel figure there. Next up, we have the usual AIM agent And with a couple of attachments, he's got himself a little bit of a jetpack, an interesting weapon where instead of a gun like usual, it's almost more like a shoulder-mounted rocket launcher, which of course is built out of a stud shooter with a large launcher. You got for the figure himself. Is of course loaded up with that gunmetal gray like you usually do with the AIM agents. You do have the AIM symbol printed on there. So nothing too crazy going on with the AIM agent as usual, but they make it up for with the accessories. And then of course we have the main villain of the game, MODOK, mental organism designed only for. Well, the main version is a little less kid-friendly, so we'll go with the alternative with Conquest. With a K. I do love the fact that, well, first off, that face looks fantastic. Fortunately, unlike these stickers, there's up there on the forehead, and one that's almost looks like it's like a health monitoring system. I'm happy to say that the face is a print. I got some interesting... actually rather unique arms for him. They're not minifigure arms, but they're pretty small and pretty to scale with what you usually see with MODOK. Like all the gold printing going on around him. Underneath, you can come see where you can they put a couple of 1x1 tiles on the bottom to can help keep the thing sitting flat. And then you got a couple of stud shooters with the same rocket element that you saw with the AIM agent. So you get two with MODOK, one with for the AIM agent's weapon, and you actually get a fourth, but I currently can't find my fourth. But an interesting build for MODOK, and again, considering they've only done two, it's probably the best they've ever done for MODOK. And you do have one little accessory to go along with your helicarrier, where it's this this super simple fighter jet. You got a couple of stickers for the Avengers. There's and you got one of the large 6-barrel stud shooter is going on there, and that attaches pretty well onto the helicarrier, and you got a little thruster. So yeah, super simple build for the little fighter, which the box usually shows for Black Widow. As for the helicarrier itself, it's in that, as you can see, showing off the main play feature. It wasn't going to at the beginning, but just moving around. The whole thing is on wheels, and there's a whole bunch of technique inside that you can see makes all the rotors spin at once, which is actually the main play feature of the helicarrier. We'll go ahead show underneath where you can kind of see like all the wheels and all the gears inside. You can also rotate the individual for instance from left into right instead of just having them sit straight up. As you can see, I've got one of these tilted, and the whole thing just still spins. So again, that's probably the main play function of this. But on top, you can see you got a turret with one of the large launchable projectiles that they specifically warn you not to shoot anybody at, because I'm not surprised, because I just from that range, I can still feel it hit my fingers. So and it'll go pretty far, and it hits pretty hard. Taking a look at the front, you can see inside the bridge, you got a couple of lights down there, and on the side of the bridge, you can see you got a couple of Republic gunship style ball turrets. And you have easy access into the bridge, lifting up just this little hatch. And take a look inside. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot going on there. Not even a whole lot of space. Just three you just got 3 chairs in there, with one of them having a coffee cup. And then over on the side here, actually taking a look inside, that's like a real good way to take a look at all the technical construction going on there. But that's actually where you place your little jet fighter, and like I said, it's a pretty solid place to put a jet fighter. It just sits there. There's like no stud connection, but it actually sits on there pretty snugly. Like the only way this thing is coming off is if you tilt the whole helicarrier to the side. And over in the back, you have a radar dish. As you can see, there's a sticker there, and you can see on the flaps, there's a bunch of stickers on there with the Avengers A. And in the back, you've got a little jail cell for when you capture MODOK. As you can see, it's locked up. It's pretty tight right now. All you have to do is move these Technic pieces to the side, and then you can lift it up, and MODOK fits in there. It's a little snugly, like his rockets will kind of stick out, but if it's in there just fine, and it locks up pretty tight, so he's not going to get out. So unfortunately, for a $120 set, that's it when it comes to play features with this helicarrier. Which, to be honest, I feel like as nice it is to have the moving rotors like that, unfortunately, you'll end up taking up a lot of interior space on the helicarrier in order to get that to work. So again, I feel like that's a bit of a downside. Where you take up almost 80% of your interior space for one function. I feel like it would have been a bit better suited to make an extra room or two inside the helicarrier instead of having maybe dedicated to just one function. But all in all, for $120, I mean, again, one function for your main build, that's kind of disappointing. But I feel like a helicarrier, a playset helicarrier, would have felt a little missing if Lego hadn't made one for Marvel. Even if it is for the Avengers game, I mean, it's still the helicarrier, and this is still the only playscale helicarrier they have come out with even closing in on the end of 2025. And I honestly don't know if they'd actually do that again, to be honest. Especially after you could say the Starship scale helicarrier, which, I mean, that was 85. So a little painful for the movie helicarrier. And again, I don't see them doing a playscale helicarrier outside of the one that you could almost call an Ultimate Collector series. But figure-wise, I'd say it's pretty solid. Black Widow is only available in the Avengers Tower, unless you got the blister pack, which, to be honest, wasn't I'm not sure how many people knew about that. Again, Thor you got with the $20 speeder bike attack. This is the only set with Nick Fury. Iron Man, you got in 2 other sets, being the Hulkbuster and the Armory expansion. Captain Marvel, she was only available in this and the 4+ Wrath of Loki set, which I do not have. And then again, War Machine is unique to this set. And actually, I do believe War Machine also did not appear in the Avengers game. I think you got a couple of sets, skins similar to that for Iron Man, but you never actually got War Machine. So this is an interesting one. You got some solid characters and a few good play features, but not a whole lot of interior space for a helicarrier. And again, you got the best MODOK Lego's ever made, probably ever will make. So this is an interesting one, not gonna lie. I mean, if you're a Marvel completionist, of course you want to get a hold of it, especially if you want to get all that space off the Avengers game. But again, I feel like most people would think their collection wouldn't be complete without a helicarrier, which Lego hasn't made a whole lot of. So again, it's an interesting one, not gonna lie. So that'll be the end of this video. Thank you for joining me for it. If you guys enjoyed it, you know what to do. Hit like, subscribe, all that stuff. Ring the bell to be notified of all videos as soon as they become available. Check out my channel and some more of my content, including all of my Lego Marvel set reviews on the end screen in just a few seconds. And I will see you all in the next video. Later, everybody.